This time I have a JVC TDW777 double cassette deck that was shipped across the country, and the complaint on this one is dead. It was well wrapped up. It took me probably longer to unwrap the thing than it did to actually repair it. Well, that's just a figure of speech. But it was, let's put it this way, there was lots of excessive tape wrapping this one up. Let's check it out and see what we got. So I get this big box shipped into me. Cost $102 to ship it. Yeah, okay, that's probably why it costs so much. Oh, I got a free tape dispenser out of it. Guy's probably wondering, where's my tape dispenser? I know I had one. Where'd my tape dispenser go? I don't even know what I got in here. It's something with an electrical cord, all wrapped up in tape and styrofoam. What goodies did I get in the mail?
Minutes later.
Now I'm going to have styrofoam stuck all over the place. Jeez, man, oh man. I think you got enough tape.
5 more minutes of unwrapping.
Good thing you sent me the tape dispenser so I can wrap it up with a whole bunch of tape to set back. Well, you can see right now, styrofoam from the styrofoam is chipped off here. It's gone inside. I hope it doesn't block the jack. Foobar, that'll work. So this is a TDW777 JVC, Dolby BC, double cassette deck, playback on one side, record play on the other. It's got power, one of the ones that has an incandescent light bulb behind an LCD display. Let's see what is going on. I open that up by pressing that, and we'll take a look down inside. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. The head is excessively dirty. You're not going to hear much. It's pretty bad. How's the other side look? It's about as bad as the other side. Here we go here. Yeah, it's pretty bad too. This is auto reverse, obviously. It's got an erase head and a record play head here, and this spins around depending on the direction that it's going. But that's beside the point. We want to see, does this thing even attempt to move? We'll just load a tape up here and press a button and see what happens. So play. Well, it sounds really bad, but I hope it's not just dirty heads. That would be an awful expensive trip to send me a tape deck and spend over $100 to ship it, because some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip would fix it. We'll pop the door off here. I think the door comes off on this. Should lift up to make it easier to access. I'm going to do this. It's going to go flying. Does that make it any easier? Maybe a little bit. Throw some light in there so I can see what I'm doing. I need new lights. This is why you take the door off, to make it easier to get your fingers in here to clean. Rewind works. Fast forward works. like it's going a little slow, but that's easy enough to adjust that. Let's take a listen to the other side. Is it also sounding all muffled? Well, that sounds okay. To say this is just an old tape. We'll clean this one at the same time, and then I'll put my my speed test tape on it and check the speed. I hope that's not why it was here. You know, as to say, it's cleaning. It's that's all I've done. I've just cleaned it. We'll clean the heads down on this one as well. This is maintenance. This is something that the owner does. It's easier if I take this off. They just pop off. They do just pop off. That one's kind of stuck, but I can get in here with my finger anyway and clean this. We'll demagnetize the heads as well, and then I'll check the speed. But this is one that the owner of this could have just as easily cleaned this themselves. I mean, this is something that you do on a regular basis. On a cassette deck, you clean the heads and you clean the pinch rollers and you clean the capstan. See, it was pretty dirty. Okay, our speed is a little low on one deck. That's easy enough to fix. Let's check the other deck out and see how the speed is on this one. About the same. Okay, well, let's pop the top off it, calibrate the speed. Now, I did check my notes, and the fellow said that he bought it off eBay, and that the seller said that it worked, but when he tried to power it up, it was dead. But as you can see, it's working here. So I'm wondering if maybe sometimes these regulators gave trouble on this one. It might be worth pulling the bottom and checking that out. I mean, it's obviously working here, other than the fact that the heads were completely contaminated with something, and it was more than just tape oxide, because I really had to scrub quite hard on this one, on this side. We'll check those regulators. Okay, the speed's set. I'll pull the bottom on this and just inspect the regulators, because JVC has had problems with regulators over the years. Connections, well, everybody has. This one's easy to work on. How do those regulators at the back look? Let's get a close look at them. You know, they don't look bad. Like, they're not cracked all the way around. I mean, they don't look bad. Usually you'll see big cracks around them, but I'm going to redo them anyway just because I'm in here. I'll reflow those, but it doesn't look bad. Gotta throw a bit more light on here so I can see what I'm doing. Also check the switch too, because the complaint on it was it would not power up. And this one uses, is it a low voltage switch on this? Maybe not. Well, I can see. Anyway, those look okay. Now this ground screw is over here. Let's see if this one's tight. I would say that is not tight. I can't, maybe that is causing the problem, but I don't think so. I don't think a loose ground screw would cause it to not turn on at all. Power it up with the bottom off it, kind of bang around and see whether anything doesn't work. It's lighting up. Like this does use an incandescent light bulb to illuminate the display, but they don't typically not work and start working again. And if it was caused by just shock getting it shipped here and that made the bulb start working, you would think that if I just tapped it a bit it would go out, and it's not. So I don't know what to think. This thing's working. Sometimes you get these little leaf switches that don't detect that the tape is in and they won't operate, but it's working. It's detecting that the tape is in and it's playing. And it's playing correctly, other than the fact that the heads themselves were just completely covered up with crap. Certainly doesn't look like anything really that's wrong with it. Possibly one of these regulators, the connection was bad on it. I didn't look at, I redid them anyway just for the hell of it. But I mean, I really couldn't see anything obviously wrong. I'll throw the bottom back on it now. No point in keeping it apart. It seems to be okay. We'll throw it together and do a test recording and get it ready to send all the way back to, I think it was New York where it came from. Hopefully Donald tariff won't hit. There was no tariff for me to bring it in here for repair, but I don't know how it's going to work going back. Because Trump with his tariffs, I don't know how it applies to stuff that's repaired. I was told at the post office that when stuff is sent to me for repair, as long as someone doesn't declare it as being worth anything, right? As long as they don't put, if someone sends me something and they say this thing's worth $100, then what will happen is there will be taxes charged on that. But if someone's sending something in for repair, which is not staying here, it's just for temporary export, there's no taxes or tariffs or anything on anything being sent to Canada. because we certainly don't want to impose any. Because if there was, then I would have to pay it to get it, and of course I would just turn around and charge it back to the person that shipped it. Or if I went to pick up something and there was charges owing on it, I would just refuse it and it would go back. We'll do a test recording on here, see how it sounds. Flutter wise, it's what's to be expected. That's sounding right. That's sounding the right speed now. That's the exact speed. Okay, I'm going to plug it in to the audio source and I'll make a recording. I do believe I'm going to have to fix this cassette. It looks kind of like the little sponge has shifted, so let's do that while I'm working on this. I see what's happened here. It is bent. We'll just straighten it up. Let's see if this tape will work now. Wouldn't work before. It wouldn't even play. It just jammed. Yeah, I believe it plays now. There's nothing on the tape, I don't think. Pretty sure it's blank. Ah, it had a tone on it. Let's put this in the recording side and see whether I can record anything on it. Okay, I'm recording. There we go. Right channel, left channel. Stop it, and we'll rewind that back, and there it is. That was when I changed the left channel. I switched the balance control back and forth. We'll take the tape out of this deck and we'll just pop it in the other deck over here. Notice I'm giving the deck the finger when I opened it. And this is working. So I really don't know what to say on this one. It was shipped in. It shipped in as not working, as being dead. But the only thing that I found on here was the heads were so dirty, I'm surprised you could get any sound at all through it. Because, I mean, it was just absolutely, I mean, there's still crud on here. I can scrape it off with my fingernail. The head was so, I don't know that I've seen one that's been this bad. At least it's not worn, right? you can't, there's no groove or anything on here, so you can't hook your finger on it, but it was just completely filthy. Both of them were just completely filthy. The heads look to be in good shape. I don't see any excessive wear on them. Normally, if you run your fingernail over, if you can catch the edge of your fingernail on where the tape goes over the head, because it does wear, and if you can catch the edge of your fingernail on the wear groove, then it's worn out. But it's not. It's good. Now, there was a screw that was loose for the grounding screw on the board, and it also grounds other devices like switches and stuff are grounded through here. So these screws here are all tight. So I'm wondering if maybe that ground where the board grounds to the chassis, maybe the connection wasn't true, but it shouldn't affect it turning on. It might affect operation because a lot of these switches are referenced to ground. So if you've lost ground, the switches won't detect that there's anything in. For example, it detects whether there's a tape in it. It detects whether it's 70 microseconds, and you got to record on each side. And a metal tape here, right? This one here just detects if the tape is in, so that it knows to run or not. So in theory, if the connection was no good, let's just see if I loosen this off, will it go into play? If I break that connection, I don't know if it's grounded through here or not. It might be grounded through this one here. If I loose that connection up, will it still go into play? Yeah, it does. So it's not that. If I remove it completely, remove the ground, it's probably grounded through the wire as well, but yeah, so that's not causing it. I was thinking maybe if it was getting its ground through the chassis and the ground was not there. The regulators didn't look to be bad, although they have caused issues before on these machines. I didn't see any other connections on any of the regulators or anything that was bad. I checked the interconnect wire here where it goes down from the transformer to the board. That's fine. I checked the switch connections. I checked all these connections. Everything looks good on this unit, so I don't know why it was not working for him. But anyway, that's all I've got on this one. Got the end all back together, making sure that both directions work. There's nothing on the other side of that tape. Fast forward works, rewind works, and we'll do the same on the other deck just to make sure that everything's working now that it's back together. Play, reverse, rewind, fast forward. Yep, everything's working, so it came an awful long way for a head cleaning and a speed calibration. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.